Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Blue Brits. We have Skinger. I should sometimes focus too much on that. And as ally as the US player, we have TRI1091, whatever the heck that means. Spawn as an opposition as a red OKW player of VonManteuffel. It looks simple enough to pronounce, but I have no idea actually how to pronounce it. And his teammate as the austere ally, we have Heartless Jager, which is actually something I can read. We do have the Stone Pioneers capturing up the central point here. We've got the intersection here to deploy out some sandbags. They may be eyeing for the cutoff point, but looks like they're going to eye for the fuel point over here. There's the Wehrmacht player. Wait, okay, looks like our tier 1 skip for the Wehrmacht player. That's something important to note. And he went for double Pioneer early, so he didn't go for an early MG42, which actually makes it so the intersection can claim some ground. And MG42s will have a bit of trouble claiming ground of their own. The Pioneers need to make sure they stick around here as long as they can. Put an MG42 in this region here and here will both be useful.
The Maschinengewehr team is awaiting orders.
MG42 deployed on out. Do have an early sapper, Royal Engineer squad. Over here we've got the rear echelon, rifleman, pretty standard build opener, and unusual, a little bit different build opener. We've got double Sturm Pioneer. Most time people go for one, well, don't build an extra Sturm Pioneer. Even a wide open map like this is not exactly a map for a double Sturm Pioneer. This map is open though. This area is pretty urban, or not urban, but CQC combat style. We're going to have a massive flank here by these Sturm Pioneers. They'll can quickly force back units. Even well, and working in groups of twos, it can quickly force back intersections as well. This intersection needs to make sure to start moving towards the Sturm Pioneers to force them back. Over here, Pioneers pushing the way forward. This massive flank is exactly what the Wehrmacht player needs to maintain his position in this game. Since he went for a bit of a defensive slow opener. And he does manage to get both those guys forced back. This one squad does need to fall back and get some healing, but it's not like any source of healing at the moment. And we've got an early 2-2-1 scout car. It's also getting some good damage on these squads as well. And that, like the Sturm Pioneers, don't have any way to heal them up at this moment in time. Rifleman squad, they may have got a wipe there on the Volksgrenadier. Yes, they did get the wipe on the Volksgrenadier. Keep one of these MG42s in this region.
We have been assigned fresh Panzergrenadiers.
It does go and suppress the rifleman, trying to help out his teammates' sector. Sturm Pioneer is still way over here, so he's just trying to stop the rifleman advance, which is probably a good idea. It's not a 3v3, but it's a 2v2, so I always keep that in mind, because I'm more of a 3v3 player myself. Riflemen making their advance, and they will be able to overrun the MG42. That's a lot of damage coming on the MG42. He still can find the MG42, allowing the Pioneer to get a lot of free damage there. Panzer Grenadiers coming forward as well. And that's the only way the Pioneers can win those engagements, if they literally get ignored. Intersections making their advance, will force back those Pioneers as well. We do have this MG42 still up and going, but a bit wounded. Now it's time for these forces to start rotating on over to support the right side of the map. Panzer Grenadiers and 221 making their advance. Does get the decapture there, so it does stop the fuel income. In the meantime, do got the intersection here capture the point. There's some cover here for them to get the combat bonuses. Need to reposition to a better spot. And does go for the assault officer. And we've got the intersection here, forcing back the 221, forcing back the intersection. And it looks like Panzer Grenadiers are eyeing to capture that point now. Maybe good idea to keep this MG42 here and this the other MG42 over there. Pioneers do get the decapture of their opponents as well, so an eye for an eye.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Though they do manage to get this munitions point here as well. So it looks like the Allies will have quite a bit more munitions for in the near future. Got the bunker there. Life Mechanized Company. He will need to get out that bunker as soon as possible, because Panzer Grenadiers need to be at full health.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Pioneers do repair up the 221. Cannot upgrade yet to the 223 just yet.
Getting Werfer ready.
Bazooka lining up shot. Nope, does not get the fire off though.
Standing by.
We've got some intersections behind the light cover. Royal Engineers could charge in first.
Panzer Grenadiers.
And the officer may get off a gamma bomb. You have the Vickers K light machine gun upgrade. Panzer Grenadiers does well with the gamma bomb there. The Panzer Grenadier makes you go wide. There's a lot of intersections right here, but no, the Panzer Grenadier got a good retreat path from going far and wide. Shown Pioneers making their advance. And we do have the 223 upgrade right there. Lieutenant is falling back. We do have the Shown Pioneers receiving quite a bit of fire. Volks Grenadier coming in for as well. No frag research there by the riflemen. Shown Pioneers and Volks Grenadiers making their advance, trying to get some good damage in. On the right side, the intersection needs a Engine 42 does suppress this entire group there. Only the officer does not get suppressed there. He could throw artillery flare or smoke flare. Keep on suppressing the intersection is probably a good idea. It does suppress the officer right there, so this great suppression forces back all of these squads. And does stop the deployment there of that mine. Does throw out I think that's the artillery barrage ability, not the smoke. The smoke is usually just a single green flare. He will take the time to capture that territory. Looks like he's going to push forward with the MG42. Third squad of Panzer Grenadiers have been deployed on out. And he still doesn't have a medic over here. He does have a medic intersection though. 51 and Kubagan are backing on off. And looks like he's going to go ahead and help his teammate repair it up, though with two Sturm Pioneers, it doesn't take long to get the repairs. We got the 223 upgrade. He may be on to set on up on this missions point, on this fuel point. Likely this fuel point.
MG element ready. Done.
Two-two-three upgraded. Didn't help out his buddy repair up the Kubagan. And he himself doesn't want to repair the Kubagan. It's the Kubagan's just not going to get repaired up this time around. We've got another half-track deployed on out. He does have enough fuel for the sheer transporter, not necessarily to get the F gun just yet. Down for both Captain and Lieutenant, but you got the M16 AA half-track. That's not an M15, that's an M16. So he has locked in the Technical Support Company. And we do also have the Lightning War Doctrine, and of course, we already knew about the lead armor. So we may see some G43 Panzer Grenadiers, and we do see a G43 Panzer Grenadiers somewhere. Right there. Intersection for Royal Engineers to force back. Gamma Bomb does get one of the models there. And MG42 is rotating around, trying to be set on up. We do have the Gamma Bomb still on cooldown. Over here, the Volks Grenadiers trying to come and support the Shield Pioneers. One is suppressed, the other one is falling on back. Does get close to get some good damage there on the 223. Is that Veterancy 3 at the moment? I guess the Veterancy 5 does get the Teller Mine ability. Not Teller Mine. Regal Anti-Tank Mine, Tread Busters. We have this Panzer Grenadier catching the cutoff point. And a fourth Panzer Grenadier has pointed him down. Maybe I just get some panzer tricks. They haven't had any munitions for this entire game, so any munitions-based abilities is going to be very, very sparse. Quad half track rolling around does have the reconnaissance run ability by the US player, and does go ahead and force back the Ken Warfare there. Fast Grenadiers will get overwhelmed by the quad half track. There's nothing to reach to take it on. The armor of it's quite high. Trying to focus on the wagon. Does hit the wagon, no problem. Some bullets do pen the half track, but not enough to make a difference. Rifleman squad here does fall back. We do have the 223 up, sitting up on a regular strategic point, which will of course allow the OKW player to get a little bit more munitions and fuel. You may be eyeing for the munitions as well. You can see here 31 to 26, 26 to 23.
An anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
Another Viking Warfare deployed on out. Now Panzer Grenadiers making their advance, trying to get some good damage in. Gamma Bomb was thrown. He's been using a lot of Gamma Bombs, that's for sure. So has plenty of munitions, because they have 2 munitions point. They get a lot of munitions stored up. Also does fall back there. This one is behind heavy cover, which would be good to keep it stalled out for a nice flank. Now, of course, got the relief infantry ability. Not even the Royal Engineers managed to get nice engagement there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Still no MG42 to help keep this area secure. This Panzer Grenadier is rotating on forward, but it's not durable enough to really engage all too well. On the left side, got the Volksgrenadiers being suppressed by the 50 cal. Lieutenant's making his advance. There's 2 50 cals going out as those M1919s. We got the German Pioneers trying to gauge out the captain at a long range. Volksgrenadiers do suppressed there by the 50 cal. And over here, M442 will potentially get suppression there. Does not get suppression there. Panzer Grenadiers trying to gauge out from heavy cover, but they're getting way outgunned. Quad half track making advance, trying to get some damage there on the MG42. And the Volksgrenadier, or rear echelon here, does get suppressed and pinned. Not sure from what though. Plus when the MG42 that retreated back. The Pioneers pushing the way forward, getting some good damage there onto the Lieutenant. Doesn't drop any models though, so we'll get healed up no problem by the ambulance. Volkswagen does have the LMG upgrade. We do have a Cromwell pushing its way forward. You haven't seen any sort of AT, so this Cromwell would do some great work. And potentially some crushes. This area is prone to have great crushes. Doesn't get any crushes right there. Does knock his own intersection around a bit, but that's perfectly fine. On the left side, Obsassin gains good hits there onto the 50 cal. 50 cal is not retarded force. The Obsassin now just gets breath burst there, suppressing it. Cinder Grenade does force back this intersection as these Volksgrenadiers make advance. These ones are also pressed by this other 50 cal. This Volksgrenadier is trying to find an angle, does manage to escape the part of this 50 cal, but it's still also the quad half track. So a lot of suppression for the US player. Invictus has been deployed on out. Although the Axis players don't have a whole lot of resource income, they only have a couple strategic points and that's it. The Wehrmacht player does have 140 fuel. He needs Battle Phase 3 in order to get out the Tiger tank. Wait. Yeah. There's Lightning Wolf. Remove the Tiger tank spot. Yeah, he can get out the Tiger tank. Just needs Escalate Battle Phase 3. He could save up the Tiger tank. Maybe a good idea to get out Pan's 4th at its current rate. The OKW player does have only 100 fuel. He's able for either Jager Panzer or Panzer IV at this current rate. Panther's just not a possibility. Over here, we've got a mass entrenchment here. We also have a mortar being upgraded, the second mortar now. It hits there onto the Cromwell, which must have found a teller mine because there's no pass files in this region. Yeah, that looked like a teller mine spot. Pack Boy is making his charge. He needs to make sure that intersection, that Royal Engineer doesn't get it. Does get one more hit there. Now maybe it's a good idea to go for that mortar replacement. But now here comes the reinforcing squads. Sherman tank with high explosive rounds coming forward. Does get a pair of passive files there. Two models crushed, I believe. Kind of work sending on up. 3 shots to death. Throws out a smoke round. But that's the kind of work shooting arc. No, it's not. Quarter half track making advance. Does get a nice hit there by the can whipper. Got some caught in it. I think it's the officer artillery from the Brit. And the Pathfinder is falling back. Trying to get some rounds right there. And the Sherman tank does go down. Nice little kick there.
Pioneers ready for us. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
He has rebuilt his Pioneer squad. Must be eyeing for the Tier 3. Pack 4 is setting on up. Making a good hit there onto the quad half track. Does roll a bounce or a miss into the carcass of the Sherman tank. These squads are somewhat suppressed there by the MG42. The MG42 is receiving a lot of fire from multiple sources. No additional shot there onto the quad half track, but all these forces are suppressed. The moment this MG42 needs to set up a better angle, Joe Pioneers are advancing and got some sort of ability being utilized there. It's the P47 strafing run. Does capture the MG42. And Sturm Pioneer squad does go down there. Pioneers charge towards the VP. There is a Vicker still
Our
here.
capture point. They're trying to take it.
This point has not been captured on up, but it's not in supply. Mortar placement still up and going. Section does get suppressed there. M342 receiving some deadly hits. Hans Grenadiers could push their way forward. Hans Grenadiers making an advance, trying to hit these rifle squad, but do fall back as well. Munition cast has been deployed out by the rear echelons, which will be useful of both players, regardless of what time of the game. Red always has munitions abilities to utilize. Kind of refers to senior grenades are being hit onto the 3-inch mortar placement.
We're losing a capture point.
And dead.
The enemy have destroyed a forward emplacement.
All sectors. Ability now ready.
This player has 150 fuel. He'll likely saving up for the Calliope. He has enough fuel for it, just needs a bit more command points. Quad half track to make his advance. We do have the Panzer Grenadiers receiving some fire now. Oh, here, Cromwell making his way forward, trying to get some good hits in. Almost crushes the Volksgrenadier, but let's fall back. Panzer Grenadiers may get crushed a bit. Does get one model there. Falls back now. Now got the 80 infantry breaking gun in. Which does destroy some cover there. Volkswagen are getting hit by these M1919s. There's a lot of M1919s here, and soon MG42. Bazooka takes up more of the cover for the Panzer Grenadiers. And still got these Bren equipped intersections in the region. The rear echelon squad may actually go down there. Nope, the rear echelon squad will manage to escape on out of there. The point is still secured by the Axis players, but it's not cutting off anything. Unless the OKW player has deployed out a Panzer IV, we upgrade the Panzer Commander now. He doesn't really have the munitions for following the sort of abilities. Of course, it does give some other benefits as well. We may see a pair of anti-tank rifle grenades. No, we do not see a pair of anti-tank rifle grenades to get a snare. Field medics just been complete. He just now got medics? Okay. We also got a Still guy on the field. That makes sense. He needs some anti-tank assets to support hitting that Cromwell. Speaking of which, anti-tank assets, we've got a Sherman Firefly being pulled out by the Brits. Constant run coming in by the officer here.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
As Grenadiers making advances, get suppressed there by the captured MG42. There's still an arc. Go fire its around with the infantry, not a good target for them. Grenadiers will capture up the couple points over here. Jackson does get a pen there, still fires a shot in return, gets a pen as well. Cromwell coming in forward with his rear armor exposed. Panzer rolls missing the Panzer IV. Panzer IV had his turret rotated in. Cromwell does receive 2 pens right there. Bazooka does roll a bounce there. Jackson does a miss as well. Still can withstand 1 AT gun shot, that's it. Panzer IV does see the pen there now, and does go ahead and interrupt the movement of the Stug. Jackson gets a good hit there on the Stug. The Stug will manage to escape on out of there. Okay, we've got the infantry force being suppressed by the captured MG42. Does not have enough munitions there for the Panzer Commander Artillery. Jackson does get a good hit there as well. A lot of damage onto that Panzer IV. I think it still can withstand 1 AT gun shot. Rolls a miss there, still gets hit there, and gets a double tap there to kill off the Cromwell. National Cruise Artillery that was. Could have been a number of stuff. Still does go down. Jackson's 2 shots away from death. And it looks like the quad half-track goes down to an Austrian.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
Now that's an actual anti-aircraft weapon. Sherman Calliope now deployed out on the field. MG42 makes its way forward, but can easily get ripped apart by the M1919. Drops 2 models immediately and falls back immediately. Another recon overflight. The Oswin is getting some shots there on the aircraft, does shoot it down. This Obusan still has not been upgraded with another gun, the MG34. The Panzer IV starts making advance, trying to get some good damage in. Calliope Barrage trying to hit those Obusans and does move back immediately. Panzer Grenadier does get a nice bundle grenade off. It does get some damage there. Also, one should be able to force back these squads. You won't stay around for much longer. It looks like on eye to stop the capture, not on to get kills. Oops. Looks like my little chat window there bugged out. OBS disconnecting. Did I lose internet connection? Successfully reconnected. Okay, you can see I'm still uploading. There we go. Yep, I am still streaming. Looks like I got a bit of disconnect. Looks like my internet may have crapped out for a moment. May have been just OBS crashing for a moment. Another recon pass from the British officer. We do have the Panzer IV now advancing, trying to get some good damage in. AT guns set down up, getting miss there. Jackson with the evap rounds being leaving cap viewed on him. Seeing him. Gets a nice pen there. 2 shots, I think. Good hits there by the pen truck and by the pen whipper. Gets a nice miss there. Over here we do have the rifleman squad forced to fall on back. And a mine detonation there as well. Looks like the Kenworth, or not the Kenworth, Vickers was the crew there. Maybe recruited by the All-Star, probably recruited at the intersection.
Tank ready and waiting.
Calio Barrage raining on him against some good damage on these forces.
Point is being overrun.
Intersection does get suppressed there by the MG42. So my bit rate's still poor on the Twitch and the Steam, but it looks like it's good on the YouTube side, not YouTube side, OBS side. Hopefully it's not any too detriment. Put it there onto the Grenadiers, so heck off clear right there. Pack 40 finds and bounce there as well. And we've got, of course, the infantry strafe. More artillery rounds raining on in. The rifleman squad needs to fall back. He sort of forgot about it, got left up to dry. They get fully wiped there. Does fall back, but it may still be dead. It does go down there entirely.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Cal does get some great suppression of this Obersachsen squad, suppress the other Obersachsen squad. Kenworth squad is falling on back as well. Wolf's Grenadiers making an advance. Does force back this 50 cal as well.
Panzer IV deployed. Awaiting order.
Over here, Panzer Grenadiers do fall back. And the Royal Engineers should be able to capture that point. Some sort of smoke raid operation is being utilized. Doesn't call him. No, that's mortar cover. Doesn't call them white phosphorus, but I always get them all mixed up. There's a lot of Brit abilities you just forget about because they're not useful most times. Panzer Grenadier squad gets fully wiped there by the Calio. These two Panzer Grenadiers advancing, they do of course have the combined arms ability being supporting the nearby Panzer IV. A good hit there onto the 50 cal. And bundle grenade does go ahead and put it on the Vickers.
Enemy action.
Does get a full wipe there on the MG42 as well.
Loaded and ready.
Intersections making an advance. We do of course have more Austrian shots into the reconnaissance aircraft. We don't see the sheer transporter firing up at it either.
We have lost a peg gun.
Austrian will need to fall back really soon. We're seeing multiple 8D gunshots there. Down to 1, shot away from death. Pack 40 rolls like bounce there. Decides to blitz on forward. Rolls a miss there. Didn't blitz actually. Didn't have mercy war speed upgraded. Pack 40 finds a good hit there onto the Sherman Firefly. Does get decrewed there by the common tank. Lag does not get a pen there. Force fires the ground, rolls a miss. Pack 40 does get decrewed there.
Has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Again, we're first sitting on up, getting a great hit there. It does go and recruit the Pack 40 to the Panzer Grenadier.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points.
This section will be able to capture this point, no problem. They get some good shots there onto the AT weapons. Over here, Volksgrenadiers getting some shots there onto the 50 cal. And the Sherman tank should be able to force back the Volksgrenadier, no problem. He may be able to get some good crushes. One for the squad over here. Good high explosive rounds. Second Panzer IV has been deployed now, does get a snare. And Jackson's still alive. What is the Fairmont player going for? Let's save up for the Tiger tank. And Buzz finding a good hit there onto the Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers does fully get wiped there. Stuck a bit too long around by the Sherman tank. One grenade was thrown, getting some good damage there. Gamma bomb was also thrown. The MP42 does get some wiped down. If you focus on the officer, the intersection is now covered from suppression. Yeah, and now the Panzer squad will need to fall back. They're saying a bit too much damage. Trying to saw 4. Oh, got. Oh, that's a gamma bomb. I was going to say, he got nose bombs. Gamma bomb has been thrown. Does not get the wipe there on the Panzer Grenadier. And is he the officer around for some odd reason? There's some smoke rounds there. Actually, that's the smoke raid cover operation. Jackson's fully repaired. Sherman tank is soon to be repaired. Jackson's up to a vet 3. Even got an infantry kill somehow. Over here we do have the Volksgrenadier advancing, as well as the Obersatzen poking on in, finding not what he needs to see. Going out of Teller Mine there with this last remaining model. The other ones have picked up the MG42. Grenadiers will stop the capture. Riflemen now suppressed. Now here comes the Callio barrage onto these forces. He's great damage there on the MG42. Pack 40 make it decrewed as well. Pack 40 is one bullet away from death.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
We do have a Firefly shot onto the Black Panzer, the Panther. Local pens there under the Panther now. Panther won't be able to stick around for too long. Firefly can't stick around for too long either, but is able to take in some shots of range as the Comet will go on forward. Panzer Grenadiers do stop the capture. Pack 40 still severely wounded. Good hit there on the Comet tank. On the left side of the Panzer Force, one of them has damage engine. The Sherman tank will likely go down. Panzer does connect. Evap rounds was utilized, getting some hits there. Heat rounds is utilized in return. Does get a full wipe there. Evap rounds still raining on in. Force fires the ground, rolls a miss. There's a line side blocker. Force fires the ground again, rolls another miss. Actually, the miss may have been the Evap rounds wearing off, forcing a reload action.
Tank support is here.
On the left side, you got the Oswald surrounding smoke, trying to stop the capture at that point. He will stop the capture. He may force on the ground. The Oswald force on the ground is relatively reliable. And we'll go ahead and take time to salvage the 50 cal. It may be a good idea to just keep it for his own purposes. Then maybe he doesn't really have the population space. He may design the rest of his population space for another Panzer IV. The US player has been the Vickers as well.
The enemy is reduced to 300 points. Supply half track is ready for orders.
As for trying to does get a wipe there on the rear echelon. Kettle barrage into the building, does go ahead and put a lot of rounds to the misses because of that building. Jackson, the fresh Sherman taken out of the field. We do have a Panther, Magenta's Panther advancing, but we'll find the Comet tank does use emergency force speed. Panther runs away, receiving lots of fire from multiple angles. and does go down. Tried to support his teammate and went to the wrong neighborhood. Panzer IV in the wrong area as well. And even a heat round to the rear armor of the Panzer IV. Heat round does take out the Firefly. Those roll up bounce there onto the Sherman tank. That heat round should be able to enough, though. The heat round has worn off. And this Panzer IV could be reclaimed. Either side would love that. Pack Boys pushing the way forward, trying to get some shots on in. May have this area covered. There's all smoke around there. Almost gets a wipe there onto that common tank. So force fire on the ground. Over here, the Panzer Grenadiers making advance. Maybe they'll claim themselves a Vickers. And they'll go ahead and perhaps secure the Panzer IV. Sherman tank's still quite wounded. A lot of stuff in the region, but it's a bit of a gamble trying to get it back. But it's a relatively safe gamble. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back as the other squad's trying to capture the point. And they will claim themselves a Panzer IV. And he actually claims it with a US vehicle crew. He could give his teammate that Sherman tank, he doesn't have a crew to go in there at the moment, nor rear echelon. And it'd be a bad idea to throw in the rifleman squad. Throwing the major wouldn't be half bad. Panzer IV receives some hits on the Pack 40s, as the rear armor hit there by the Panzer IV. He does go and capture up the Sherman tank with the rifle squad. I disagree with that, as long as he's replaced with something else, such as the major. Sherman tank looks like we have to reverse, moving back to HQ. Major is being used for forward retreat points. We can't use the major in actuality.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
The officer has picked up the Vickers and
The enemy
make
only
it
have 50
through.
points left.
He's now retargeted towards the intersection. Doesn't get the kill there either. He may steal that Panzer IV. I don't know why I have feelings he's going to steal the Panzer IV. Calliope and Jackson in the region. Jackson is half health. Let's move forward. Vet 5 Panzer IV leading the way. It does get the wipe there. Luckily, the other Panzer IV managed to get the kill there, but didn't actually get any vector seed for stealing the kill. Vet 5 Panzer IV needs to fall back and avoid this AT gun. He's going green from that AT gun. He does receive a bounce from the AT gun. Does go down there to the Sherman tank. This Panzer IV still sending some rounds. Does take up the captured Panzer IV, as this Panzer IV will be falling on back. Tank in pursuit. Pack 40 trying to engage. M1AT gun does not get captured there, as the P-47 does get a nice straight run there and crashes to the ground. Got a squad right there on the Vickers. Panzer Grenadiers pushing the way forward. They have the tactical movement there, and both of the Allied players actually backed out of the game, not liking how much armor they lost. Bit of an abrupt end, but either way, this is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.